Hey, Mrparka here to review a new one from Todd Sheets. This is Dreaming Purple Neon. Todd Sheets used to do a bunch of shot on video movies like Zombie, Bloodbath, Violent New Breed. He did it for a long, long time. His story is, and then he had a heart attack. He had stopped working for a while. He had a heart attack in 2012. He survived, of course, and he had that urge again to direct movies. So he had one come out called The House of Forbidden Secrets, which was pretty cool. Had a lot of ambition and gore and throwback stuff. It was pretty cool movie. So I was looking forward to see what he was going to do next, and he did Dreaming Purple Neon. The thing about Todd Sheets is, in the interviews and the behind the scenes and stuff, you notice that Todd Sheets is just like a generally great person. He's a really awesome guy, and that shows in his work. That shows, you kind of feel like you just enjoy him because you could tell that they're enjoying making the movie. And he's always does ambitious things, and he has a similar taste to something that most horror fans like. He's definitely a big horror fan. So Dreaming Purple Neon. This kind of reminded me of definitely a throwback to the old 80s films, like what he was going for. Fulci kind of inspired, Demons kind of inspired, but it also reminded me of the J.R. Bookwalter movie Ozone, because it involves this weird drug and kind of taking over people's mind. The plot of Dreaming Purple Neon is out there. It incorporates a lot of characters in kind of almost a Pulp Fiction, low budget kind of way, where all these different people from different walks of life end up in the basement of this dentist or orthopedist or something. Sorry about that, guys. But they end up in this basement, and there's this cult leader who's trying to resurrect this demon woman. But their ploy was that they're harvesting this drug from the demons, and they're harvesting their blood, mixing it with this drug, and getting people hooked. And when this demon comes back, its scream can control all these people to basically bring chaos on Earth. What ensues is a lot of weird kind of characters, a lot of gore, a lot of set pieces. Walking through it looks like a kind of a demented haunted house when they go through a lot of blood and splatter and people ripping out guts and kind of cheesing it up and stuff like that. That's pretty much what the film is. There's a lot of moving from one room to another, trying to make it out of there, kind of siege movie survival where they fight creatures and whatnot, which is kind of cool. What this movie does try to do, though, is they try to incorporate a drama aspect to the thing, where a lot of these people have history with a lot of the characters, and they have a lot on the line, and they care about each other similar. At points, it does get a little too talky for my taste, and it just seems like they're just talking out of nowhere, and they start kind of arguing. I don't really think necessarily how it works. Like clunky bits from point A to point B, stuff like that. Some of the characters are a little iffy, and the acting and dialogue's a little iffy at times, but it tries to incorporate drama in the film. They just didn't want to have, just people die. They didn't want to be a typical slasher film. Hey, it wouldn't have been that anyways, due to the plot being completely insane and ridiculous, which I like. You might as well be ambitious if you're your own boss, and Dreaming Purple Neon does do that. The ending, I appreciated. It was definitely a shout out to Demons, and Todd Siege is not necessarily one for a happy ending. Like I said, what it has going for it is it also has a really cool soundtrack. The guy who worked on a lot of the Tim Ritter movies and Todd Sheets' previous movies does the score. He's pretty good at his stuff. I believe he's a Japanese gentleman. I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. I'd probably butcher his name, and he was awful with names. You guys know that. But yeah, I like his score. It has a lot of the same cues that they would use in Italian movies, like like that. Like, it reminds me of similar to The Beyond, when you see something awful happen, it just it does a lot of that kind of stuff, which I enjoyed. And there's a lot of ambitious creatures, people crawling on, kind of spider walking, and big monsters, and women running around naked and spewing stuff out of their bowels and their guts. And I can appreciate the ambitious stuff in here and the splatter effects and stuff like that, because he's always one to deliver. It's almost 2 hours long, which is surprising because the movie really doesn't get boring. You would think that an independent movie could, start to drag ass. And it does feel like it drags a little bit at the close to the 2 hour mark, but it's not really boring. There's a lot of action in here, and there is a couple characters that I caught myself actually enjoy watching, and there is some pretty gratuitous deaths in here. One involving a drill, which I had never seen in a movie before, and kind of just, oh wow, that's kind of graphic. But yeah, it's splattery and gross, but in a fun way. If that makes sense. You're never truly disturbed when I watch a Todd Sheets movie. I just kind of have a fun ride with it. Again, it's not a perfect film. Like I said, some of the characters I do enjoy. Some I'm not a huge fan of. There's a big cast in here of a lot of people getting killed. But all in all, I always appreciate his spirit and I appreciate his heart. And he's just such a likable damn guy. There's a 40-minute making of on here where he talks about the making of the film. Obviously, there's stills, there's behind the scenes, and a lot of the people are interviewed and they talk about how they had a great time on the set, and they all seem like characters, and they seem like they enjoyed themselves, and it shows to the movie. It's not a perfect film. Most independent movies, most movies in general aren't perfect films, but it has some heart, and I'm gonna pretty much be on the Todd Sheets bandwagon until he stops or I stop reviewing. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
Think you've seen it all? Think again. There's a new drug on the streets, turning average people into savage monsters. A new drug created by a madman who leads a cult of the damned on a bloodthirsty massacre of the innocent.
Purple neon isn't created in a lab. No, no, no. It is harvested in one from them.
Diabolical demons on the hunt for fresh human flesh. Dreaming purple neon. Nothing can prepare you for the onslaught of slaughter. Uncut, unrated, and unleashed. Dreaming purple neon. The last hope for humanity rests in the hands of a few trapped and terrified survivors.
Yeah, we're getting someplace. Everybody find a weapon.
They were stuck in a situation with no escape. A satanic succubus on a splatter-filled rampage of total carnage. Dreaming purple neon.
You sure that bitch is okay, Mr. Archer?
No children allowed.